It absolutely crushes you from the inside when you put in so much work and so much effort into something and you think it's growing, that you finally made it, that you finally became successful, that you finally achieved it. You put in days and nights into something, into your passion project, into your future, into your career, into your activities. You put in everything, not 100%, not 1000%, everything into that thing, and it fails. It fails, and all you can do is cry about it or think about starting again, but you feel zero motivation for it because what if it goes bad again? What if it gets taken away from you again? What do you do in that situation? You can either cry about it forever or you can pick up the pieces and try again. That's all you can do. If you do not have that growth mindset, if you do not know how to recover from these failures, then you will lose all of the progress they made. Everything that you put into that, you will actually lose it. That is going back to square one when you don't try again, when you don't start all over again. It hurts you, it crushes you, but after all of that, you gain so much experience, you gain so much knowledge, you gain so much. You understood what it meant to do that and do it in the right way. You know what not to do the next time. You know how to be more careful. You know how to be successful this time. And it's okay if you don't be successful one more time, two more times, three more times. I know everyone's situation doesn't make it easy for you to keep trying again and again. Sometimes there are factors, third party factors, environmental factors, financial factors. There are a lot of things that come into play, but the biggest obstacle is your mindset. If you do not try again, absolutely everything that you did till this point on, till your failure, would have actually gone to waste. It doesn't go to waste when you fail, it goes to waste when you stop trying again. And sometimes it's hurtful because even if it's universe's way of protecting you from something, it can still hurt because it was still so important to you. And making all that effort again seems so painfully difficult. Everyone has their burdens and responsibilities, and for some, it's so complicated to start again that it feels almost impossible. But you need to understand that a random failure doesn't mean that the thing is impossible to do again, that you won't achieve it. Maybe this time you'll achieve it 5 times faster. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll achieve something even better. But there is no one who won't achieve it. You will achieve something or something even better. If you put your 1000%, your heart and soul into your project, but you failed, that is universe's way of protecting you. It was a lower energy state of success. The universe wants you to vibrate higher and go into a higher energetic state so that you can attract something far more nourishing for your soul, something far more positive, something far more genuine and impactful and valuable for you. You will learn that whatever happened to you till this point on was just so you can build something even better. A better version of yourself, a better version of that project, a better version of your success. It will be better. Whenever you go through a new phase, there isn't just a few small factors like working hard, staying determined, staying on the right path, doing what needs to be done. No, there are a bunch of other factors. You need to face your fears. You need to keep trying. You need to test your luck. You need to test your limits. You need to go through life's patterns, challenges. You need to understand the cycles that you are put into as an individual that is running their course through this world. You need to recognize the patterns. You need to understand why something isn't fruitful, why something hasn't been fruitful all along. Once you understand what didn't work, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your project, whether it's a simple project, or whether it's your whole life, until and unless you recognize why you failed, you cannot understand how to make things better and move forward. But if you failed this time, if you actually failed, then understand that the universe stopped you, prevented you, and saved you. You need to understand that there's this thing called divine intervention. When the universe, or your God, or your angels, or your ancestors, whatever you believe in, if you were stopped by them, you were stopped by them for good reason. You were stopped by them so that you would not proceed forward at a pace where you could have led yourself down such a dark path where you could not recover yourself. You still have the ability to try again. You still have the ability to think of things positively and turn them into a better experience, into another chance. You still have the potential to try again and make things work for yourself. The universe wants you to succeed, but it also wants to protect you from that low vibrational state. It wants to protect you from doing something that you are not fit for. You need to understand that there is that certain pattern, and if you stay stubborn and stay stuck with those bad patterns, you will inevitably fail again. You need to understand that things happen for a reason. If things have happened in the past to make you fail, you need to learn from them. And if you didn't, and you tried again, and you did the same thing, and you failed again, then learn. You need to learn them now so that it doesn't happen again. Life gives you infinite chances, but you're the only one who is capable of turning that failure into another chance. You need to find the courage, you need to find the resources within yourself first. Only then can you venture outwards and seek for more resources, for more capital, for more time, for more things that you need to put into your passion, into your career, into your goal, whatever it is. But it starts from inside of you. But the biggest obstacle that comes your way is fear that you will inevitably fail again, that it is so hard to succeed in whatever you did because you failed already. You failed so many times, you are failing in your mind. That fear makes you fail in your mind until and unless you face your fear and say to it that I will still try again, and this time, even if I fail, I am okay with it because I know that failure doesn't mean the end. It just means I have to try again. I can try 1,000 times, but I will try again. If there's only one thing that's stupid, that would be putting all of your eggs into that one attempt. You need to accommodate your entire resource basket so that you are allowed to keep trying. Some people take their attempts way too in a way more risky direction than they need to. If you put all of your effort, all of your money, all of your time into just one thing, and if that crashes and burns, then you did not learn the lesson that was put out for you. Factors in fear, factors in the environment, factors in third party people factor, and there are a lot of factors. But taking a huge risk which is not backed by high chances of success is another example of not recognizing patterns that are thrown your way. You will again be stuck in such a difficult position which you will not be able to relieve yourself from. When you are going through life, you can think of the Wheel of Fortune. Whenever you are trying to achieve something, think of the Wheel of Fortune. You need to fit through that space that is created for you by the universe. But until you recognize that there is a certain shape that you need to mold yourself into, how can you fit through it? Life is a puzzle which you need to know how to put the pieces together for. If you cannot shift your mindset, if you cannot reshape yourself, if you cannot accommodate new factors, if you cannot adjust your own mindset, if you cannot adjust your own lifestyle, if you cannot adjust your beliefs, if you cannot keep learning, if you cannot unlearn the bias, the unnecessary factors that were forced into you since your childhood, then that is limiting your growth. If you have limited growth, then how can you achieve what you want to achieve? Your goals are made your goals for a reason, because they are difficult for you to achieve. If something was so easy to achieve, why would it be your goal? If I just wanted to buy an ice cream, I can go out right now and buy an ice cream. That is not my goal. That won't be my goal, but it will be for someone who is way poorer than I am, who cannot afford it. For them, buying an ice cream that is good, that they cannot regularly afford, that they cannot even afford food, for them, maybe buying an ice cream is goal. And for that goal, they will have to adjust their lifestyle. Same for me, same for you. If you have your goal, it is difficult for you to achieve. That is why you need to adjust yourself. You need to accommodate yourself. You need to recognize what that shape is so you can mold yourself into it and fit yourself through that gate. Your life is a portal and it keeps shape shifting, it keeps changing how it appears, how it looks, but you need to keep up with it. You need to understand that life doesn't stay constant. Life is pressured into changing, taking new shape. It pressurizes you into doing the same. But if you resist, if you think that the way that you are going right now will stay good for you for your entire life, then that is why you are not able to achieve what you want to achieve. That is why you will be limited by the fear of trying again. You will not try again. You will be so scared of it. And that is the most crucial factor of success, facing your fears, understanding the pattern, and then recognizing that that is getting in the way of your success. But if you are so fearful that you will not be able to face it, that you will not be able to overcome it this time, that it is so impossibly difficult for you, you will stay fearful and you will not be able to achieve it. So, no matter how much life crushes you and changes your shape, you will get over it. You will cross into wherever you're trying to go. You will cross that gate. You will cross your path. You will finally get there. But you need to face your fear. You need to recognize that pattern. You need to change your shape. You need to understand what you need to become, what you need to remove from your life, what was the problematic behavior, your problematic tendencies, the risks that you took unnecessarily. What were those factors that left you in the state or the position that you are right now, where you are so fearful, where you are so lost, where you are so done, where you think that you cannot try again, that you will not win? The universe is blessing you with another chance, but that chance is inside of you. You are the only person who can make yourself successful, who can make yourself win, but you need that mindset. You need to change the way your mind works. You need to rewire your brain into thinking that this failure is not a failure, it's a blessing in disguise. It saved me. But the only way that it can actually work in your favor is if you recognize the pattern. You cannot move through life blindly. You need to open your eyes, open your mind, and understand and accept it.